Hello everyone, this is Gavin, and this is your weekly tarot starting Tuesday, January the 16th. I do hope you've all had a pleasant festive season and you're now ready for what life has to offer over the coming months. Now I have been away for a couple of weeks, but it is really awesome to be back and to have the opportunity to work with some of you again. I really pray you can focus and stick to those resolutions that you've made for 2018, because this year's planetary alignments for all signs bring the promise and the potential for regeneration and healing on many levels. And before I begin, I'd like to quickly point out that we're now on the threshold of the new moon, and today is a critical time for any intentions or any goals you have to be focused upon, either before you sleep or periodically through the day. By setting up your vibration now, through positive affirmations and through getting into the feeling place of where you want to be, this will fully amplify your intention and carry you into the desired reality as we move up to the next full moon. So this week we have the Nine of Spheres, which you would know as the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the High Priestess from the Major Arcana, so Divine Intuition this week, and we have the Three of Scepters, or Three of Wands. So we have the Nine of Spheres, and this card is titled Collection, and it really speaks about the desire or intent to recover wealth and independence. And we can see in the image that the main character at the top of the card is in the process of restoring wealth or treasure. She's moving back into a state of discipline after a period of splashing out and enjoying her hard-earned money for a time. This card speaks about realignment and the need to take charge of your life in order to secure your future. And we can see quite clearly that she's calling back those parts of her personality that have been living and experiencing in the world, and in a way just calling herself to account for all of her actions. And we can see the personalities pictured here in the figures in the scene, and they are bringing what they have learned and collected and presenting them to the conscious mind for review and integration. And all of this takes place on the green pasture, or the garden in the centre, symbolising that this period of time for you will be focused around growth and the ability to reap what you sow. So you're no longer spending and living blindly. You feel the urge to rein in those impulses and tame your more reckless or carefree nature. A real great card to start this week, whose influence can undoubtedly set us straight for the months ahead. Now we have the High Priestess from the Major Arcana, and this is divine influence. If you chose card 2, then your intuition will be heightened over the coming days, for the goddess is sending you support or guidance. She's pulled back her bow and is now sending you divine inspiration through the web of reality which always conceals her presence. And you could really take advantage of this window of opportunity, especially so in coincidence with the new moon, to work with the quiet spiritual side of your nature. You could spend some time in quiet reflection this week, or if you're able to meditate every day for whatever time is comfortable for you. And this will help you to be able to receive these subtle messages and guidance that will undoubtedly come to you in the form of ideas and dreams and gut feelings and inspiration. I personally always notice when the goddess, or what you'd call the mothering and caretaking aspect of creation, is tuned into my life, because I have those big ideas and what you call epiphanies that awaken you to your life's path and the choices that you've been making. Now, a key word here is silence. For God does not use language. Our mind is meant to think and create in the physical world, and our spirit does not use language, but speaks to us through ideas and feelings and symbols. So keep your awareness about you this week, for you are truly blessed. Look for those subtle signs and synchronicities as you go about your day. When the sun shines upon your face, or apparent coincidences happen before your eyes, I urge you not to dismiss these subtle and precious signs, for they are indeed the mother aspect of God, reaching down into this dense place we call Earth, calling us home, and urging us to remember what we are here to do, and supporting us and guiding us every step of the way. Now, this relationship is one that needs cultivation and reverence, and the more you notice and feel, the more you will see and hear. Now we have the Three of Sceptres, and the key words here are boldness and initiative, and the willingness to set out into the unknown and start working on new plans or ways of living without that fear of failure. Now, just looking at the image, we can see that the crane is being guided and supported as she takes her first step into the fire or new future ahead. And she trusts fully that she'll be supported along the way, because the hawk, or the guardian, or what you would maybe call your higher self, they already know the outcome, and the hawk is guiding and supporting you each step of the way. Now you are in the fire, or what you'd call matter or creation. This is symbolised by the crossed leg of the crane, just like the hanged man. But your higher self has its own mind in the universe, as depicted here by the hawk. Your higher self has that overview, and has a fully bloomed flower or life path that is already formed and realised, and you literally inside your body are to be the vehicle with which this will all play out. So this week is the perfect opportunity for you to start taking some optimistic steps to realising or starting any long-term goals you have for this year. And whether you're fully conscious or not, you've already set things in motion through your thoughts. So there is literally no turning back now. Obviously you have free will. You can choose to ignore the guidance and the knowing you have inside about what you should really be doing in life. But I urge you to reconsider. If your confidence happens to be low at present, and if you don't feel the strength to enact any plans this week, then you could possibly work on the other key messages with the Three of Sceptres. And this speaks about the need to forgive yourself and others before you can move ahead and start realising your dreams. So this is a perfect opportunity to let go of past hurts. Because holding on to this pain is like holding on to fire, and it will dominate you, and it will burn you. It will overshadow your mind and your emotions. So be willing to forgive and forget, and don't do it for the sake of others, but do it for your own self. There's a bright future ahead of you. You do know what you need to do, and your vision does have the ability to uplift you and to possibly inspire those around you. So whichever decision you make this week, you will indeed be growing. This is initiation by fire, and it will either fuel you to start enacting your plans for the year, or it will burn away all illusion and past hurts. One final message here speaks about negotiation, trade, or possibly equality and cooperation with others in an effort to boost any endeavours or ideas you have at this present time. So if there's something you've been wanting to reach out to, someone who will support your work, or will help you to realise any new plans, then reach out to them. They'll be ready and willing, for they will greatly benefit just like you from this collaboration of minds and hearts. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. As always, it's a real honour to be able to share these messages and to work with some of you personally each week. Now I hope that the next few days are productive for you and cleansing. And I say cleansing because of the planetary influences around us at this time. Even reflected in today's cards to some degree, this week up until the 31st of January will pull us into periods of self-reflection, healing and transformation. I feel like we're no longer willing to keep repeating the same old mistakes and unfulfilling life paths anymore. And the planetary spheres are merely mirroring or possibly influencing this new wave of energy that is dawning upon us right now. I'll be returning this weekend, and I pray you do have a good week. If you like today's reading and if the card you chose resonates, then please press like below to show your support. Thanks again and God bless.